flipped 1 through 3, everybody. Oh, so in this picture, what is this girl Julie doing, everybody? Yeah, she's smelling. She's sniffing rice scalp, right? And then she thinks that his scalp smells like a watermelon. Yeah, and then she just adores him, and she sees the ear fuzz on his ear, and then they're kind of blonde, so she's wondering, wow, his hair is darker, but how can his ear fuzz be blonde? Oh my god, he's so cute! Oh my god, he's so adorable! So Julie is madly in love with Bryce. It's so funny, and it's kind of creepy. Imagine that somebody sitting behind us at school is sniffing our head. That would just creep us out. Yeah, we're gonna call her, you're a stalker, you're a creeper. Yeah. Okay, so this is what's happening. All right, so let's go on to the first discussion question. So first chapter is told from Bryce's perspective, and second chapter is told from Julie's perspective. They deal with exactly the same events, but they are exactly the opposite. How can they be? I mean, the reason why the author structured the book this way is probably to give us a lesson that, well, everyone's viewpoint is relative. Nobody's viewpoint is absolute. So to actually, get a grasp of an entire situation, we have to hear from many different people. And then the truth is in somewhere in the middle between these two narratives, right? So if you read chapter 1, Bryce's version of the story, it's almost scary, right? So he moved into a new town, and then he was moving stuff with his dad. It was a moving van, and then he was unloading the boxes out of the van, and this girl, uninvited, and she was wearing shoes with a lot of mud on, so she is going all over the place, putting mud all over. Yeah, and he doesn't want anything to do with this girl. He doesn't want to talk, doesn't want to be friends, and that's why he's hiding. He was hiding in the bathroom. He was hiding behind a couch. Yeah, so he just wants to avoid her because she is too much for him. Yeah, so for these kind of people, we say 기가 빨린다, right? So he was totally 기가 빨렸어 by Julie's presence, right? So he really wanted to tell her, wow, that mud monkey, oh, please get lost. Get lost means 꺼져라, right? He really wanted to say, get lost, Julie, but he couldn't say that out loud. He just kept saying that in his mind, yeah. But Julie's version of the story is totally different, and she knew that a new boy's family was moving into the town, so she kept asking Mom, can I go to his house today? No, not today, Julie. Can I go today? Next day. And then she repeatedly asked Mom over and over. Finally, Mom gave up. Okay, whatever, Julie. So Julie ran as fast as she could. And then, hey, I'm Julie. Yeah. And then she, from her version of the story, Bryce looked really tired, really overwhelmed. And then he didn't say anything, but his eyes were crying out for help. So Julie thought that, well, I need to save this boy. If I don't save this boy, he's gonna pass out. Oh my god, poor boy. So I started helping him around, and he just wanted to avoid her. But Julie, in her mind, she thought that, wow, this boy blushes whenever I see him. Wow, this boy must be really shy. Yeah, oh, look at the dazzling blue eyes. Just like I fell in love with him, he must be in love with me at the same time. Yeah, so she totally misinterpreted the situation, right? So that's why the chapter first and chapter 2 were really funny and hilarious for us to read. Okay, let's move on to the second one. All right. So there was this ugly, very old, ancient sycamore tree growing up. But who wants to get rid of the tree, everybody?
The house owner.
The house owner. Why does he want to do that? To build a house, yeah. So the landowner, he wants to cut down the tree so that he can build a new house at the land, right? Julie is completely disturbed by the news. She's completely shocked because Julie had a plan. What kind of plan did Julie have, everybody? Oh yeah, she wanted to go to the top of the tree, and then she told her Dad, we're on the top of the tree. I finally understand the lesson that you wanted to give me. Oh, each part is just a part, but if you assemble all those parts, the whole picture gives a different message, Dad. And then the dad was very touched by what Julie said, so Dad suggested, hey Julie, this weekend, why don't we go up there together? Dad is usually scared, but then they were planning to go up the tree, but that weekend, just before the weekend, three men came with saws to cut down the tree. So Julie climbed up and then told the people, no, you guys are not cutting down this tree. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to protest until you guys are gone, right? But Julie's dad came and persuaded her to come down. She was crying, and Julie's dad gave her a painting as a present. And after that, Julie was not her usual self. So for 2 weeks, what did Julie do, everybody? She did not take the bus. She did not take the school bus, and then she was just like riding the bicycle. I mean, Julie is usually very talkative, and then she really likes to mingle with kids. She really likes chatting, but she is not talking to anybody. She is very silent. She doesn't even smile or laugh, and she likes to stay by herself on her bicycle. So that starts giving a lot of worries to Bryce. And before the sycamore tree incident, Julie was just an annoyance to Bryce. And then Bryce described Julie as a royal pain. She is a royal pain in the ass. Oh my God. When you describe somebody really annoying, you can say, you're a pain in the ass, right? So he did not appreciate Julie's presence in his life, right? And then he thought that he didn't care one bit about Julie. But since the moment that Julie was gone from his life, he started, recognizing that actually he cared about her. I mean, we cannot exactly describe their relationship as friendship, yeah, not even like romantic feelings. Julie has those feelings, but not Bryce. But he didn't even consider Julie as a friend before. But now he is missing Julie. Wow. So, hey guys, if you want to win somebody's heart, in the future, maybe in middle school or high school, oh, start by, being part of his or her life every day, every second, every moment. For example, you can do something like this. Start texting the person at the same hour, same minute every day. For example, maybe like 3:30. 야, 너 숙제 맞냐? 야, 너 지금 뭐하냐? And then that person is not even gonna respond. And then send it for 100 days. And then after doing it for 100 days, stop doing that. Then that person is going to go crazy, wondering what's up with the girl or what's up with the boy. That's like one skill. I mean, Julie didn't use that skill intentionally, but this is working perfectly with Bryce. So Bryce is finally recognizing what kind of presents that she gave. Oh, her bright presents, her friendly smiles. So she had been a loyal friend. She had been there to save him from the spelling test. She was whispering the spelling answers to his ears. So he started regretting. So Julie was like, hey guys, let's climb the tree together. But everyone was like, no, thank you. And then they just hopped on the school bus. So he starts regretting ignoring Julie like that. And then not standing up for Julie when she was needing him desperately, right? So he was getting all the help from Julie, like spelling tests. And then he just ditched her. He abandoned her. at the point when she was needing him the most. So she started feeling sorry, regretful, and then he picked up the phone, put it down. Should I call her to say sorry or not? Like multiple times, right? So this is the moment when he started recognizing Julie as a friend, right? And he started feeling loyalty to Julie at the same time. Okay, so let's practice all together. Yeah. One thing about totally different two stories and another thing about the sycamore tree. All right, all together. Ready, set, start. Well, the two versions of the story are completely different. Bryce described Julie as a stalker or creeper, and he thinks Julie as just an annoying person. But the same events are described by Julie in a totally different way. So when Bryce tries to avoid her, Julie thinks that he is just shy. And Julie is sniffing his scalp during the class time, but Julie doesn't think that Bryce is noticing that at all. Also, the sycamore tree is a turning point in their relationship. Before the sycamore tree event, Bryce did not really appreciate Julie's presence, and he basically ignored her and didn't even recognize how important Julie was in his life, but he started recognizing her importance. Okay, all right. So, Unista and Alice, please practice. Ready, set, start.
I think the other two sides of the view because if there's like a difference between a point of view. For example, if a person only read the first chapter, the person will think that Julie is me. But if another person only sees the second chapter, he or she will think that Julie had a reason for it. But because we read both chapters, we can face it back and describe like the incident happening in our point of view. And also, I think Bryce felt sorry for Julie because he was not intentionally trying to be mean to Julie, but like he had deep in his heart, he felt sorry for Julie. Then the tree incident lit a fire in his life.
Oh, very good. The reason why the author structured the story this way is to give us readers a task of combining two perspectives and coming up with our own version of it. Yeah, it's really fun and interesting to do so, right? Because we're collecting these facts, these different perspectives, and coming up with our own version of the truth. Yeah, so author gave us a wonderful assignment. Very good, Eunice. So Alistair and Yumi, please practice. Ready, set, start.
In chapter 1 and chapter 2, we can see the differences between Julie and Bryce that they think about each other. And Bryce is annoyed with Julie and also irritated by her because she's keep following him like a stalker. So he cannot live normal life. And also Julie, she is on a huge crush on Bryce, so she cannot remain her real life too. And also, I think by the tree incident, Bryce's mind changed towards Joey because he was sorry to Joey that he ignored her in front of the bus stop.
Oh, yeah. So he feels irritated, considers her as a stalker. But Julie has her own reasons because she has a huge crush on Bryce, right? Bryce felt sorry after the tree incident because he was not standing up for his friend who had been helping him all along. Very good, Alan. Okay, Yumi talk, Noella practice. Ready, set, start.
So for Bryce, Bryce is always disgusted about he hates her because she came to this house, trying to come into his house this and himself being how the house might become if she is around.
Yeah.
However, Julie thinks that Bryce is also likes her. She knows that that's probably
Oh yeah, the Bryce thinks Julie is so disgusting and gross, and then she's barging into the moving van with muddy shoes. So, wow, how can two people perceive the same incident so differently? Very good. Thank you, Yumi. Noella talk, swimming practice. Ready, set, start.
And in story, Grace was considered as very cute and shy boy.
Mm-hmm.
However, in Grace's story, Grace thinks she is very pretty cute and softer. So I think Grace had ignored her because he thought Julie is very pretty. So I think the situation can make them as a good friend.
Oh yeah, so from the description of Bryce, I perceived Julie as just like a crazy, dumb, stupid girl. But I was kind of surprised that she's really good at her academics, right? So that's a completely different side to Julie. Amazing, thank you. Sumin talk, okay. Ready, set, start.
The scene the Robert's and Julie's view of same situation. The author showed the characteristics of each characters and the feeling to each other. Bryce is annoyed at Julie and feeling irritated at her, but Julie thinks that Bryce is cute and he also likes her. So if there were only one chapter about these situations, we could get prejudices to the other character because we don't know
Oh yeah, if you only
reason
read, yeah,
why they
yeah.
have like
If you only read from one person's viewpoint, that we could get totally biased and prejudiced, but we can be sort of in the neutral ground and decide what's going on. That's the beauty of this novel. Very good.